We'd like to thank Mr. Foo Tiang Chin for this interview of the Japanese occupation and how he went through this period of time in his youth. Mr. Fu, were you born in Singapore or were you brought here when you were younger?
Also, I was brought up in Japan. I born in China,
Which year were you born in China?
1926.
Were you brought here from China when you were born or later?
Later, just later, brought by my mother.
Brought by your mother.
Yeah,
And at that time, your father
working in Singapore.
was already in Singapore.
When I was 4 years old, to 5, tried to enter English school.
So during that time, you did not
And
go to school at all. So
only Chinese.
even later in the later years, did you go to school?
Later year, yes.
Okay, can you tell us something about your school
The
years?
school is a Chinese high school in Frank Waterloo Street or what? What? For only about a few months, then lately went to Lingnan Branch School. It is a Lingnan Branch School is in the main school is in Hong Kong or to Guangdong, China. I was educated in there for about 3 years. Then the Japanese bomb
The Japanese bombed Singapore
Singapore.
when you were in Lingnan High School. So what happened after that?
So we thought the school can be open and let the students study, but lately close up.
So the school was closed,
Close up.
and the students were not
No.
allowed to go to school anymore.
Yeah.
So what happened? after
So
that?
at last I don't know. I was sent to Sinai.
You were sent to
Sinai
by
by my father.
Sinai, as in Malaya at the time.
Malaysia.
Okay. Why were you sent to Sinai? How did you? How old were you then?
The time I was almost 8 years old, 8 to 9.
Oh, you were only 8 to 9 years old, and you were sent to Sinai. Who brought you to Sinai?
My far-related uncle.
And can you tell us a little bit about how you enter Sinai and
Yes,
what happened?
that time no need of any what you call passport or what. No, you can go freely.
Yeah.
You can enter to Malaysia anywhere as you like. Without
Because
passport.
that time Malaysia and Singapore were one together, yes.
Under British colony.
That's right. And can you give us a brief account of how you went to Sinai and
So we went to Sinai. He stayed in the rubber estate for days. Then nothing happened until the Japanese came down from Thailand near to the Kurai. It was told something happened, so we must escape.
so you were in the
So we are in the rubber estate.
estate, and you know that the war is coming.
They already go over to Sinai, go down to Johor, and
that's the Japanese forces.
and go to the causeway there. So the volunteer and the Australia
Forces.
soldiers, forces, try to go against, fight against them.
And this was happening in Johor.
So,
And
causeway
all the time you were in the
in the Rabbi Estate.
So can you give us some
When
details of your escape?
when we were in the Rabbi Estate, the Japanese tried to come in the estate there of the house. So we have to escape, avoid them. We went to the forest, the nearer part to the Rabbi Estate. But lately they come
How did they know you were hiding inside?
by the someone brought
Who was the someone?
Malay.
Oh,
Malay. We don't know them.
the Malays or
The
the
Malays.
indigenous
Malay.
people there or
Malay.
Malay? So they actually brought the Japanese
They
in.
go in to the Rabbi Estate.
And what happened after
Houses.
that?
It was like, then you all run away. The Malay took something from them. From
And
the
you all
house.
ran away from the rubber estate, leaving behind your belongings,
All the belongings
and they were taken away by
by the
Malays.
Malay. That was in Sinai, Kulai. That's right.
So,
So
and you
we-
escaped.
So we thought it was not safe to stay Sekolah Sinai. And we got another quite far related uncle to see another estate in Kota Tinggi,
In Kota Tinggi,
Yeah.
another rubber estate
Rabbi estate.
run by another
The
uncle.
boss. So there is no way to by the roadside to go to Kota Tinggi. So we enter to the forest. There is a new forest. Probably at least you have to walk about one day to across that forest.
It was very difficult.
It's
must
very
be.
difficult, yeah. And first day, early in the morning, we wake up. We try to cross the forest. After night, not night, after evening of 4 o'clock, inside the forest is very dark. We couldn't do it. So we walk back. Follow the marking of the tree, and we walk back to Sinai again. We stay in Sinai the whole night inside the forest with fire.
So, but in the end, you managed to reach Kota Tinggi.
Second day, we try to bring some food, of which if we couldn't go through, try to cook there, stay there for one night. At last, we find a place, inside the forest. Those some places are muddy, some but near to the river there, they got sandy. We have no leeches. Found the place got no leeches, we stay there and try to cook. And a few of the uncles who suddenly saw some old knife mark.
Knife marks.
So they thought there must be someone who ever came into this
Yes.
forest. So they said, "Oh, you better stay here, we cook." We go and find out how far is the mark. At last, they walk up nearly about half an hour. They found one group of people inside the cut the forest, the big tree, fish like the rubber tree. they cut the
They were cutting the trees for
to collect.
for logging, for the logs, is it?
No, for cut the juice.
Oh, for the rubber.
The
Yes,
rubber.
sorry. Yes.
Once, so they asked my uncle, said, why you all coming here? So my uncle said, you don't know. No, we don't know. But now Japanese is in Singapore already. They don't know. Not to say we.
The one who were tapping the rubber did not
A
know.
few there.
Yeah, did not know.
They all know. Once they come in, for 1 month, they cut out the rubber, collecting,
Okay.
break
So-
themselves,
So when they tap the rubber, they were in the forest for about a month.
and then they go out.
So these people did not know the Japanese
Oh, no,
had
no.
come down to Johor.
They know
Because they
there's
were
a
in the
war.
forest, right?
And they only know the war.
They only know that there's a war.
They don't know Japanese already occupied Singapore.
From the time that you have gone into the forest,
Yeah.
did you see any Japanese at all?
No.
You did not. But you have heard of the Japanese coming in.
Rice in I said, even Kota Tinggi we always do. But some of them all took the trees also. They kill a lot.
But did you see them? Did you see this killing yourself? Or?
No. I saw when they come to occupy Kota Tinggi, all the rubber estate, all the business, until we stay there about how many months I forgot. Then we saw 2 persons, they are so they wanted to faint across our house there.
Very weak people
Very weak.
crossing your compound in
So
Kota Tinggi.
we got there. So we asked them, first we give them some water to drink. So he said, you all don't know, Japanese now is in Kota Tinggi. They kill us. 7, 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What are those?
1 mark, 9.
Knife mark, stab marks.
3 here. 7 mark. The rub. So he said,
That man managed to escape.
escape like that. So asked him to come try to wash. She's no medicine. Some kerosene oil, just rub and
Put some kerosene.
Europe. We know where got medicine.
Kerosene with what?
Tobacco. Onion.
Ang yen. Ang yen, oh, as in tobacco, raw tobacco.
Yes. Put the try to. But this one got no worms.
Okay. So
Only because the mouth, this one they only poke. It's a little bit of blood only.
Yeah.
And then according to this man, he said, might be this fellow what killed me. It's not Japanese. It's Taiwanese.
Taiwanese.
The Taiwanese, they catch a lot of Taiwanese to Singapore and kill people.
Taiwanese were conscripted into the Japanese army. Yes, at that time. And some of them.
Yeah. He said, might be he doesn't want to kill me. Just
So the Taiwanese were less cruel towards the Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after 1 day or 2, another man walk again, also the same thing.
Very weak.
Very weak. This one was. So
What
what
happened?
was it? Half of it.
Again, half of
Nearly
his
half.
neck.
Only the bones you can see.
Half of his neck was cut, chopped,
So
and he's still alive.
he is another estate people, see.
Also from another rubber estate.
So he walked back to his estate. Walked back to his estate and said, And those people down there also same thing like kerosene oil with
Kerosene oil with tobacco.
so they try to put the washing of the wound
All the
worms.
from the wound.
Worm.
Yeah, the worms, the maggots from the neck, from the wound, started to crawl out.
This one was lying there for 2 days.
He was lying in
The sand there
for 2 days.
more than 2 days. Otherwise, we would so big worm coming. So at last, this man was not on that.
He didn't die. I see.
After that, we because their house, the rubber is quite far from us.
So what
So
happened?
we asked them why you go there. They said that the Japanese came out, said you were all the owners of the rubber estate, the owner of the houses that they own come out, bring your document and prove that it's your property. They all come out, so they kill you.
Oh. The Japanese actually asked all the owners of the
houses,
and
owner of the rubber estate
to
bring your document to prove this is your property. We return it to you.
In Kota Tinggi.
Yeah, that was in Kota Tinggi.
And
we escaped from the forest to and this another uncle.
Yeah, but when all these people went out to Kota Tinggi to claim the land, they got killed. I see. So from Kota Tinggi, what happened? You escape again?
From Kota Tinggi, so now we stay in Kota Tinggi.
Yes.
We don't go back to Sinai again lah. We don't know about Sinai side. So we stay there for nearly 1 to 2 months or 1 month.
And no Japanese came in.
Lately, this uncle killed by the Japanese. This uncle.
Later.
Why? Because the rubber estate, the house that you stay there, of course one day, over there, nothing happened. Suddenly all those Malays bring Japanese go to the houses and said the Japanese coming. All run. They going to take all the thing what you have.
So they were.
So it happened that one day, and we know because this house is higher up. We saw some the Malay coming. We Japanese, so I also run. I was come back just pick something. I throw the thing. I run away. So this uncle also run. First day, and only the Malay came, no Japan. So second time, about nearly 1 2 weeks with it. This uncle, he is old already. So he said, hey, you like go eat him. She Japanese. I also run. And umutang kong la all this kung albiat towel. After come back, real Japanese come already. Well, that's too slow already. You see, you run it chop.
Meaning that sometimes the Malay come but without Japanese.
The first time.
And the second time
Second time
with the Japanese.
Yeah. So he also really got Japanese. That time you walk slowly. How can you run? You should.
Died. The uncle died. And then you managed to escape.
We come back again lah. What to do? Where to go? Where forest?
Oh, after the Japanese left, you came back.
You come back again lah. See there again lah. So we stay for some time. Nothing happened. So become, the Japanese killed people, died on the roadside. But
that was in the town or in the town?
Not town. Then Rabbi said all those roadside.
Roadside and all. You mean
And then sometimes
in the village lah?
Ah,
In
the
the
village.
village.
And the smell.
You mean you see people on the road dead,
Yeah.
killed by the Japanese?
The plate, they got the plate is
Plague.
Yeah.
Plague, yes,
Yeah.
they got plague.
and the plate caused the people sick.
Cause sickness because of the
On the patient is so
the
Kung
dead
Chao,
bodies.
Kung Chao, the uncle, he said in this one, the other uncle already got shot already. Kung Chao, you know lah. Kung Chao.
Yes, he's another uncle.
Ah,
Hong
this
Chao.
one- this one also got sick. First, those workers work there got fever, high fever, sick running about. At that time, I was about 50, 60 years old. Tamo talaga.
So
So at last, luckily I got no video, nothing.
but
So we can't do anything. Anyhow, we had to go back to Singapore to see Dr. Foo Suan lah.
so at that time you had to return
I
back
returned to Singapore.
to see
And then
another uncle.
No,
Was that no?
Suan lah.
Oh, then Dr. Fu, which is
Dr.
the clan doctor lah.
Yeah.
Clan doctor.
Because the young Street, the
Yeah.
cowboy, doing business, rubber, to collect rubber and sell to the
Yeah.
akong tukang
Now during the time that you were in Kota Tinggi, what food did you? Was there food or how did you?
one chura, what food?
Sweet potato.
Sweet potato. That's why during stay in Karimun, Tanjung Malay, for 2.5 years, 100 kettles of sweet potato, 10 kettles rice. Sick house.
So you went to Singapore.
I go back to Singapore.
And
The
what
time
happened?
I crossed the causeway, I see this place.
Already?
I see them, I just
And you have
oh,
to.
the boy one.
And
So we
You have to-
let you go back to Singapore.
they allow you to go across to
Oh,
Singapore.
oh,
And when you were in Singapore,
So
what
I
do you
went
see?
to stay in Langsha Street, something wrong. The business thing. I stayed there for about a month, nearly 1 month. Where to take to eat?
Yeah, but
People market, but nothing to sell. Even bread also yeah. Boloti get made of.
so what happened?
You were
The
here.
people were. Did you see any killings in
A lot
Singapore?
of the Javanese died 5 foot away.
Javanese.
Java,
Javanese.
Indonesia.
Yeah.
They have to bring there and work or like a lot
They
of them.
brought the Javanese to work.
Yeah,
The Japanese brought them.
Japanese
Brought the Javanese to work.
work. And let them, they got nothing to eat there.
Did
Like
you-
on the roadside.
There were many reports of people having their heads chopped off. Did you personally see any of this? You know,
The Japanese chop off the head.
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
and also there are
They haven't
stories of.
That I haven't seen. Only I saw it in the Rabbi said this.
There are also stories of
And
people who are.
people die long, far away, we see, or sleeping on Taiwan.
What about cases of people who were asked to go on board the lorry and they never come back anymore? Have you ever?
Who dare to, no one dare to talk to the Japanese. They come to your house, you will escape.
Yeah.
I don't
Have you ever? Have you lost any relative or friends who were chosen and then to go onto a lorry and never came back?
Yeah.
You have?
One of the workers in medical office,
Really?
they brought
Mm.
to Changi there, never come.
Brought to where?
Changi and
He didn't come back.
See, you know why? these Japanese killed those in Changi Beach. They purposely asked them to come out to Java Street.
Java Street.
Say, come down. You want to be friend to Japanese? You all come out. And they choose one by one. Youngster, 30 over, 20 over, go up to the lorry. If the old one chop.
Okay. Meaning that they actually tell the people to gather in Java Street. Java Street.
Yeah, you chop. If those got a chop, you can go crazy.
And then they choose from there. They separate the people.
If some this lorry fully sent to
They put them on board a lorry and then they send them away and they will never see them again.
Changi Beach.
All this,
You only know why.
how would people know they were sent there?
So many people they see lah.
I see.
Second thing, because they let go all those prisoners with the guns. These all are volunteer from China go against Japanese. So they withdraw. At last, they got the news this is all lying. So fight again. Suddenly, Singapore don't to surrender. If you go to surrender, I cut off the water. I don't give you all water. You're gonna die. Surrender. This kind of news they sometimes they don't tell you about. Those people nearby there, they don't. See, the British allow to make sale. They don't know. You all don't know. Kati, Kasu.
The people know when the lorries or the trucks brought these young men to Changi and they were killed. I mean, how?
There must be someone saw it or heard it. So they also think all about why they choose all the youngsters. Those can carry guns. The old men cannot carry guns. So they suspect when they must send someone who then see over. They knew. Spread of all the news. This he cannot keep secret. And some they don't come out. If they don't come out, they're there, daring. They're scared of it. So they just go inside, hide inside the house, cook something to eat.
So were there any resistance to the Japanese? Were there any forces to fight them?
Only the British let go of those prisoners.
The British let out the prisoners.
Those prisoners are considered as communists. So that's why I said my Akong's number number 8. He was a communist that caught in the prison.
Your uncle, your 7th uncle and the number 8 uncle, they were considered communists at that time. And they were released to fight the
Japanese in Causeway.
I see.
And got one son, 2 sons.
So they died during the war?
Not during the war.
During this fighting period, they died. So after Singapore, what happened?
Then when they surrender, the first atomic bomb in Japan, then the Japanese surrender. So we got a boat, went into Tanjung Balai, Karimun.
To Tanjung Balai in the Karimun, Indonesia.
My father and mother all sit there already.
Your father and your mother and
the brothers
inside
the
are already inside
inside the rubber set.
So you
Go join them.
joined them. How long do you stay in Cameroon?
3.5 years.
Oh, you
3.5 years.
At that time, was the Cameroon island
We
occupied also by the Japanese?
Its name is occupied by the Japanese, but very few Japanese. Only I and my cousin, Koji, the head of the island informed the Japanese to take us to the river Kwai, the famous
To work at
to work.
the deaf railway.
Yeah, the railway.
They wanted to take you.
Because he and Koji, but they don't agree. You see. They purposely want to catch me and Koji. So,
But you were saved anyway by the village chief. Okay. So the war ended while you were in.
the war ended when the atomic bomb.
It was dropped. Yes.
Yep. Then they
But
surrendered.
you were still in Karimun Islands.
No, Sri Lanka.
And then you returned back to Singapore. Okay, thank you very much for this interview. Very insightful journey. And thank you once again.